The Opportunity Funding Corporation is on a mission to help you connect the dots for opportunity and to follow the dots towards business success. For 4 decades, OFC has set the bar to promote entrepreneurship, define strategies to attract capital to communities of color, and by developing minority businesses in the U.S. OFC naturally progressed from a nationwide focus to a global one. OFC recognized the importance of promoting deal development throughout Africa and the African Diaspora. The platform is the OFC Forum.
Concept is to bring bright people together, thought leaders, allow them to share information and share ideas and get together and make deals.
OFC offers the forum as an event to identify emerging opportunities, highlight effective strategies, build relationships, and most importantly, forge opportunistic platforms to create wealth.
We here at OFC are about creating wealth. We want to lift every voice and sing, but we want to do it by lifting our net worth as a community of people. That's what this experience should be about.
OFC knows that if smart people are put together, smart, productive results will occur. OFC understands that for growth, thinking global is the defining principle.
I think the big issue, quite clearly, is the fact that poverty has remained a challenge. And we strongly feel that if we are able to put in all the other factors, the human capacity, if we can properly develop that, we can put all the other resources together and we can really benefit from this kind of transnational cooperation. Because the way I look at it today, the world has become quite a big global village, and we have to ensure that we adjust our thinking, perception, the way we do business, the way we do things to what is acceptable all over the world. So this is really where we are.
We are living in a very global economy. Nothing is local and regional anymore. Asia is looking towards Africa because we're coming up with shortage of resources, shortage of labor in particular areas of work. I think if we want to keep the world together, we need to develop more so that the other folks in other parts of the world will have the same opportunity.
The forum drills down on emerging opportunities, covering topics such as health, technology, infrastructure, remittances, green technology, financial services, sectors ripe with business potential.
We also had a conversation about the international markets as well, with Energy Poverty Action and how we reach out to the African community to aggregate community-scale sustainable energy, bring financiers into that conversation, and help finance energy sources in areas throughout Africa. So it was an important panel that allowed all of our panelists to interact with the audience to give them an understanding of the market opportunities that are coming from the green economy.
I believe that infrastructure plays a very important role because a lot of times you think of transportation as concrete, asphalt, and steel, but it's really the tie that binds.
What OFC brings to the table are numbers of people who can share their vision of wealth creation. In this case, it's about the African diaspora. So our question is at OFC, how can we bring the best thought leaders together to process the idea that the future must be created? So OFC helps to create the future. In my case, it's creating the future by technology transfer, and it's allowing me to interact with wonderful, wonderful people from around the African diaspora who's interested in wealth creation and job creation.
The overarching themes of the OFC Forum are deal development, examining relevant public policy, reflecting on effective strategies. It's a powerful experience, best savored by attending in person.
The Opportunity Funding Corporation is a force multiplier. It brings together subject matter experts, or I like the term thought leaders, all about wealth creation in the African diaspora. From defense opportunities to all things green to hospitality services, I really felt like the forum covered it all. But what I've benefited most from is the networking opportunities. When I've engaged with the participants here, I've realized that quickly there's less than 6 degrees of separation between us, and that has really enabled us to form lasting relationships.
Fantastic. From the moment I walked in on Thursday night at the opening reception, Mayor Pratt was there. She introduced me around and got me acquainted with some of the attendees, and it just was a powerful moment. The dinner, the opening sessions on Friday, they're magnificent. There's substantive dialogue, engagement, feedback, and conversation with the audience and the panelists, as she likes to call them, thought leaders. She has put together, and the OFC have put together a package of thought leaders who can engage us on topics of importance regarding access to wealth, developing relationships that lead to economic development opportunities. We've talked about the African Diaspora and how we as African Americans can relate to Africans and build a better pattern of relationship. It has just been magnificent. It's the magic of the moment. When you meet the individual and you engage one-on-one, whether someone here from America or someone from the continent, and you're talking, developing a rapport with one another, you're developing a kinship basically, and you're looking for opportunities where my capacity and my resources might intersect with his or her capacities and resources, and we, because of that common bond, can now form partnerships, relationships, or at least we can explore opportunities, and it's just a fabulous thing.
I have come again this year because I believed I gained so much from the meeting last year in terms of information, education, and connecting and networking. And I believe that African Americans who have a heritage in Africa should also join us in taking advantage of what we have to empower one another.
Well, it is important for me as a member of Congress to be here and to meet many of the businesses that are here. I can talk about what's going on in Washington and what's happening. They can tell me what's happening in their everyday lives on the ground, and then we can figure out how collectively we can make it better. And that's what this is the kind of forum that OFC puts together. You've got knowledgeable people on all areas, knowing all opportunities that may be available, and knowledgeable individuals and people who want to do business around the world. And that to me is just a tremendous opportunity.
OFC has a track record. It's been around for 37 years. It has a track record in attracting capital and investing in minority businesses quite successfully. BET, Syncom, or successful examples of this. I think it has the expertise by the nature of its mission to be able to provide transparency to what is traditionally known to be a very opaque continent. And so through a number of vetting mechanisms, through a number of credible assessment mechanisms that OFC already has in place, that it's already done here in the inner city, but now being applied on the continent through partnerships, many of these opportunities that would have otherwise not been available to African Americans are now going to be made available. And so OFC would have played a very, very key role in that process.
The OFC Forum has undoubtedly placed a strong foothold in the marketplace, establishing a unique niche for following the dots toward success. The momentum, despite challenging economic times, will continue.
Well, we know that there is great economic disparity throughout the African diaspora, and we believe very firmly that if we bring important thought leaders together from throughout the African diaspora, they share ideas, they share information, they create a great deal of energy, and deals flow from the energy and the sharing of information together.
I'm excited about it. I'll be there again, and I'm going to encourage my friends to be there also.
That if you have an opportunity, make sure that you come to the OFC Forum.
To become a part of this memorable experience, visit www.opportunityfundingcorporation.org today and inquire about the next OFC Forum.